Hey, Mrparka here to review another one. I believe this is an MVD release, and it is Eyes of the Woods. This is the unrated special edition. I don't know if any other editions were released of this, but anyways, Eyes of the Woods is kind of your typical monster in the woods movie, and I must say it starts off and it has a whole bunch of awesome gore. It takes place hundreds, I don't remember, probably a couple hundred years ago when it opens up. And I was thinking, oh no, it's a low budget movie and they're going to try to do like a historical piece, and this is going to be a bunch of, if it takes itself too seriously, it will be bad because it will be just so unrealistic and serious. It'll just be terrible. But it doesn't really, and it's only about for the first 5 minutes and so, and they try to kill this monster who basically sold his soul to the devil to get revenge, and he turned into like this man, and he turned into a monster. And he rips apart this whole village in gory detail, heads ripping, head slashing, stuff like that, and I was pretty much blown away. But after it was over, I feared that they used all their money on that scene, or it was a reshoot or something like that.
The demon is upon us!
Good Lord. And I think it actually was. As the film progressed, we found out it's your typical 5 kids going in the woods. And I feel bad for this movie because the monster looks cool, and there's some cool suspense and some really great scenes and creepy, and there's some later nasty gore and some gore in the beginning, but the camera wasn't very good, and it was very dark, and I know it might be some of the lighting, but a lot of it was the camera. Even in the light scenes, it just seemed kind of a dark movie, and you don't really, you don't have that problem as much as you used to. I remember some movies as a kid with a DVD and Blu-ray, you couldn't even see some of the movies back then on VHS when you'd run them. You'd be like, what is going on? That's supposed to be Bigfoot? I can't see but 2 feet. I get, you know what I mean. I can't see a thing. There's nothing. There's a scurry. And the couple scenes are really dark in here. Some add to, I guess, this creepiness. Some hurt it, obviously. There's this scene in the movie where all the kids are basically going around in a circle and they're lost. And there's an obvious reshoot. There was a completion director here. And there's this scene where these 3 characters that aren't interacting with anyone and do not interact with anyone. And it even has a different style. And it also has a little nudity, probably for some appeal. A woman drenched in blood. Their deaths are off screen. So that was obviously the pad at the time. As well as it seems that a lot of the characters, kind of just get knocked out, or the monster screams at them or punches them, and then it cuts to something else, kind of because it's just like a transition that they did, and then they just cut to something else instead of having, like, maybe scenes were missing, or maybe they couldn't shoot some things. I can spot stuff like that. There's like a ghost in it too, which I really was not a fan of. I just think it really was needed, I guess, maybe to lure for the ending. But I think they could have succeeded without it. Like I said, the beginning is amazing, and it declines right after that. But it may be worth watching. There's a cool scene where the monster pulls somebody falls into this little this hole with water in it, and the monster comes up and grabs them. That's a pretty freaky scene. Some people hanging upside down.
Hey, Nicole! You guys were over here! Come on.
Matt, you alright?
Fuck! Holy fuck! There's fucking bodies down here with me!
What do you want me to do?
Get me the hell out of here, man! Grab the end of this.
Stick long enough?
It's not a stick. It's a femur.
Femur. Great. Gotcha. Holy
There's a character named Winter in it, and it really seemed that the director had like a super soft spot, or the writer for that. It's kind of like they were like, that guy's great, I'm going to keep throwing in his joke. It's just like they obviously had like a man crush on the character or something like that. He's the comic relief. But it's just a low-budget Monster in the Woods movie with a decent monster, some cool gore, but it's just I felt that, it suffered from the camera as well as some of the obvious. I think that they had probably had trouble finishing this movie, obviously, if they had two different sets of directors on here. But thank you very much for watching, and if it sounds like it's up your alley, check it out. Have a good one.